I don't respect modern men. And before you click away, before you get defensive, before you tell me I'm being too harsh, ask yourself why that statement bothers you so much. Because if you're genuinely living with purpose, with discipline, with integrity, then my opinion shouldn't touch you. But it does, doesn't it? It stings because somewhere deep down, you know I'm talking about you. This isn't about hatred. This isn't about tearing anyone down for sport. This is about holding up a mirror to a generation of men who have forgotten what it means to be worthy of respect. And if that mirror reflection disgusts you, good. Use that feeling. Because discomfort is the only place where change begins. Look around you. Really look. Modern men have become masters of one thing, and one thing only: comfort. They've traded struggle for streaming services. They've exchanged discipline for dopamine hits. They wake up to an alarm. They hit snooze on 3 times, scroll through social media before their feet touch the floor, and wonder why they feel empty before the day even starts. They blame the economy for their lack of progress. They blame women for their failed relationships. They blame their parents for their trauma. They blame the system, the government, society, everyone and everything except the one person who's actually responsible: themselves. And the worst part, they've convinced themselves this is normal. They look around at other comfortable, complacent men and think, see, everyone's doing it, I'm fine. But fine is the enemy of exceptional. Fine is where dreams go to die. You're not building anything. You're not creating anything. You're consuming. You're spectating. You're watching other men live the lives you fantasize about while you sit on your couch with a controller in your hand or your thumb scrolling through highlight reels of lives you'll never live. And you've got the audacity to call this self-care. You've rebranded laziness as mental health. You've turned weakness into a virtue. The modern man has more access to information, resources, and opportunity than any generation in human history. And what's he doing with it? He's watching other people play video games. He's arguing with strangers on the internet. He's optimizing his entertainment consumption while his body falls apart. His relationships crumble, and his potential rots on the vine. But here's where it gets really dark. It's not just that you're wasting your own life. It's that other people are counting on you. Your future wife is out there right now, hoping she meets a man who has his life together, a man she can respect, a man who's built something worth building a life around. And you're not ready. You won't be ready because you're not doing the work. Your future children, if you even have them, will inherit your weaknesses unless you break the cycle now. They'll learn from you that it's okay to quit when things get hard, that it's okay to take the easy path, that it's okay to be average. And average is a slow death. Your parents sacrificed for you. They worked jobs they hated. They postponed their dreams. They invested everything into giving you opportunities they never had. And what are you doing with that investment? You're squandering it. You're trading their sacrifice for your comfort. Every morning you sleep in, every workout you skip, every difficult conversation you avoid, every risk you don't take, you're spitting on their legacy. And don't even get me started on the men in your life who actually need you. Your friends who are drowning but won't say it. Your brothers who are spiraling. The younger guys looking up to you, hoping to see an example of what a man should be. And what are you showing them? that mediocrity is acceptable, that comfort is the goal, that you can coast through life on minimum effort and borrowed valor from motivational videos you watch but never apply. You're not just failing yourself, you're failing everyone who needs you to be better. So let me give you a framework that'll cut through all the noise, all the excuses, all the justifications you've built up. I call it the grandfather test. It's simple, brutal, and undeniable. Would your grandfather respect the way you're living right now? Not tolerate, not understand, respect. Think about the men who came before you, your grandfather, your great-grandfather. Men who built things with their hands, who kept their word even when it cost them, who showed up every single day, whether they felt like it or not. Men who went to war, who worked jobs that broke their bodies, who raised families on single incomes while you complain about your salary with no kids and 2 roommates. These men didn't have therapy apps. They didn't have life coaches. They didn't have morning routines and gratitude journals and productivity hacks. They had discipline. They had duty. They had a bone deep understanding that being a man meant doing what needed to be done, regardless of how you felt about it. Now compare that to you. You can't wake up without caffeine. You can't focus without medication. You can't handle criticism without spiraling. You can't have a difficult conversation without anxiety. You can't commit to anything. Not a relationship, not a career, not a workout program, for more than a few weeks before you're looking for the exit. Your grandfather would be ashamed. And I know that hurts to hear, but it should hurt. Because the gap between what you are and what you could be is the Grand Canyon, and you're standing on the edge pretending it's a crack in the sidewalk. This isn't about going back to some nostalgic past. This is about recognizing that somewhere along the way, we stopped raising boys to become men. We started protecting them from discomfort instead of preparing them for life. We gave them trophies for participation. We told them their feelings mattered more than their actions. We built a world where everyone's a victim and no one's responsible. And now we've got a generation of adult children who can't handle reality without falling apart. But here's the good news. You're not dead yet, and that means you can still change this, starting right now. Not tomorrow, not next Monday, not after you finish this video and watch 3 more and make a plan you'll never execute right now. First, you're going to start doing hard things on purpose. Not because you have to, because you need to remember what you're capable of. You're going to wake up when the alarm goes off. One and done, no negotiation. Because if you can't control when you get out of bed, you don't control your life. You're going to do something physical that you hate. Run, lift, fight, swim. I don't care what it is, but it needs to be hard enough that your brain begs you to quit, and you do it anyway. Your body is the only thing you truly own in this life, and you're letting it rot. That stops now. You're going to have the uncomfortable conversation you've been avoiding with your boss, with your partner, with your parents, with yourself. Stop hiding behind text messages and avoidance. Look someone in the eye and say the thing that needs to be said. You're going to eliminate one comfort addiction. Just one. Pick your poison. Social media, video games, porn, Netflix binges, whatever drug you're using to numb yourself to your own mediocrity. Cut it out for 30 days and watch what happens when you stop running from yourself and you're going to do something that scares you. Ask for the raise, start the business, approach the woman, sign up for the competition, publish the work. Whatever it is that you've been telling yourself you'll do someday, that day is today, because someday is the graveyard where dreams go to die. These aren't suggestions. This is the minimum requirement for self-respect. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. And then tomorrow, you do it again, and the day after that, and the day after that, until discipline becomes identity. Until the man you're pretending to be in your head becomes the man you actually are in the world. Listen to me. There are men out there right now doing the work. They're in the gym at 5 a.m. while you're hitting snooze. They're building businesses while you're scrolling. They're having the hard conversations while you're avoiding conflict. They're investing in themselves while you're waiting for life to get easier. And here's what you need to understand. They're not special. They're not more talented. They weren't born with some advantage you don't have. They just decided that living a life worthy of respect mattered more than living a life that was comfortable. They joined the brotherhood of men who refused to settle, who refused to make excuses, who refused to be another statistic in the epidemic of modern male mediocrity. And that brotherhood is open to you right now. But you have to earn your way in, not with words, not with intentions, with action, with consistency, with the daily decision to be better than you were yesterday. This isn't about perfection. You're going to fail. You're going to slip. You're going to have days where you fall back into old patterns. That's not the problem. The problem is staying down. The problem is using one failure as an excuse to give up entirely. Real men don't quit because things got hard. They don't quit because they don't feel motivated. They don't quit because no one's watching or cheering or validating their effort. They keep going because they made a promise to themselves. And a man is only as good as his word, especially the word he gives himself. So here's your choice. You can close this video and go back to the comfortable life you've been living. You can pretend this doesn't apply to you. You can find reasons why I'm wrong or too harsh or don't understand your situation. And in 5 years, you'll be exactly where you are now, maybe worse, wondering why life passed you by. Or you can decide right now that you're done being a man I don't respect. That you're done being a man you don't respect. That today is the day the old version of you dies and the man you're capable of becoming is born. The grandfather test starts now. Make him proud, make yourself proud, and earn back the respect you've been missing, starting with your own